Remember that not all readings will resonate with every member of the collective. Today is the Chinese New Year, and we are welcoming the beginning of the year of the Fire Horse. As a result of this, I will be incorporating the wisdom of the I Ching into our readings for the next couple of weeks in combination with tarot readings and animal zodiacs and medicine cards from Native American belief systems. So today I have pulled, well, actually, I have divinated the 9th hexagram out of 64 from the I Ching. This is a system that predates the birth of Christ by a few thousand years. And as a result, the wisdom incorporated or inherent within I Ching is very interesting. So the 9th hexagram, the hexagrams consists of an accumulation of 6 broken or solid lines representing yang and yin energies. This 9th hexagram out of 64 is labeled small taming, minor restraint, taming the power of the small. And this hexagram represents some very interesting messages for the collective. It suggests that there are obstacles looming, and with care you can gain small victories, that you have to make the best of a situation. Restraint brings hope for the future. And although there is frustration where things aren't working out, you can cultivate yourself and your current situation. The upper trigram of this hexagram consists of 2 solid lines and 1 broken. So there's an accumulation of 3. This symbolizes wind, and the bottom 3 solid lines symbolize heaven. Regardless, there's a little bit more to talk about here. This is about being strong and somewhat submissive on the outside. This is about feeling as if you are working against the odds. You have to step cautiously right now. Don't get resentful with your circumstances, but take the time to nurture yourself. Your influence is limited at this time, and that's why this is all about practicing passive restraint. Gentleness is key, combined with determination. It's important not to use force, but to be persuasive and subtle. Bold actions might backfire. It's important to focus in on trying to affect small changes in order to create larger ones. You don't want to place pressure on the people around you. You don't want to place negative pressure on the people around you. See, the hexagram is read from the bottom up, and experts at reading these hexagrams read the individual lines starting from the bottom up. So the bottom line represents a strong person, that this reading is about an otherwise strong person facing difficulty, and as a result they are being advised not to attack the problem aggressively, to use tact, not direct action, to step back and decide how you shall advance, cautiously retreat, or do nothing at all. It's important to trust that the universe is going to work this out through facts and truth. Patience will be rewarded with your influence in the future. The second line would suggest that you let others take the lead and that you learn from other people around you at this time, because life for you is not secure. The third line is suggesting that you focus on problems that you can fix them, and not get emotional about it, not complain about things that are upsetting you. You can't let the small problems grow to a point where it becomes something really big, and you must stick to the facts. The fourth line is about being honest in order to prevent difficulties, that you require balanced partnerships and devotion and service and trust in your relationships. That's the fifth line. It's about being loyal in order to create fortune in your partnerships and your relationships. The fourth line is all about being clear and objective. I apologize for that. And the sixth line is about natural forces taking control at the end of the day, fate taking control, nature dictating what exactly is going to happen here. So the underlying theme is that you must tame your impulse to take direct control, and that you affect change through restraint and small movements here. And you will be rewarded in your future if you're not too aggressive. Secondly, I pulled an animal zodiac to give us some suggestions on how we might move forward in this situation. And oddly enough, I pulled the rabbit. And the rabbit is an interesting animal because this is kind of a suave animal at times when it's not being skittish. This is an animal that can be charming and talented. This is an animal that can be very diplomatic. This is an animal that otherwise doesn't like to fight, but it likes to negotiate. Although this is an animal that can be very feisty if it's backed into a corner. This is an animal that likes the quiet of home and work and loves company, but can be fickle and devious and charming to get what it wants. This is an animal that isn't outwardly brave, but its optimism can move people forward and can move itself forward. Its creativity can move itself forward. Rabbits carry themselves well and are very polite to others. They can see what's going on around them and adapt. They're very crafty when it comes to business. They like to be surrounded by abundance and nice things. They like excitement, but they respect the golden rule, and they are gentle-natured, being kind to one. They like to be kind to themselves and kind to others, and they like that returned in favor. They treat their loved ones very well. They're intelligent. But on the downside, which is also discussed in the medicine cards, is that rabbit, although during a certain time of its life was very heroic, rabbit is now living in a lot of fear as a result of something that happened to rabbit in its past. So rabbit can live in fear, and as a result, its fears can manifest into reality. So you are being advised, in combination with the ninth hexagram, I think I said that right, the ninth hexagram of small taming, minor restraint, subtle movements to affect change, in combination with rabbit here. You're being advised today to take on the characteristics of rabbit, of being charming to get what you want, observing what's going on, adapting to reality, being suave in business affairs, being kind and loyal and sweet to those that you are partnered up with, whether in business or in love, to also not fight directly, but to negotiate and be diplomatic today. In addition to that, you are being forewarned not to manifest your fears into reality, but to be positive and only think about what it is that you must accomplish at this time today. So may you enjoy the season of the Fire Horse, and please be receptive to my I Ching readings as we work through them for the next couple of weeks.